Shabbat Shalom. Cantor Benjie Ellen Schiller serves as the Rabbi Lawrence A. Hoffman Professor of Liturgy, Worship, and Ritual and Professor of Cantorial Arts at the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion, Debbie Friedman School of Sacred Music. And she is also the cantor of Beit Am Shalom Synagogue in White Plains, New York, along with her husband, alongside of her, Rabbi Lester Bronstein. Her compositions include many of which you've already heard today, and a few more that you heard last night as well, of course, and you're about to hear 4 of her compositions as she presents her sermon in song. A collection of her synagogue compositions, a Zamra, Songs of Benjie Ellen Schiller, was published in 2019 by Transcontinental Music. And in 2019, Cantor Schiller received the Hallel V'Zimra Award for the Jewish Choral Foundation for her compositions of Jewish choral music. Cantor Schiller has served on the faculty of the Institute for Jewish Spirituality, Rabbinic and Cantorial Programs, and the North American Jewish Choral Festival. She is certified by the Institute for Jewish Spirituality as a Jewish mindfulness meditation teacher. And it is with great pleasure that we call her now to the Bima, to our Holy Blossom community, to present a sermon and song for us. Benjie is truly not only a tremendous mentor and cantor, mentor to myself and so many other cantors in the field, but a wonderful friend and colleague. So, Cantor Schiller.
Thank you. I don't have words, but I'm going to say thank you. Maybe more later. What an honor and a joy to be here on this Shabbat, in the presence of this Kehillah Kedoshah, in person, virtually. This sacred community. You probably know, maybe you don't, that this Shabbat was supposed to be 2 years ago, on Shabbat Shira of 2020. And here we are, 2 years later, on the threshold of the month of ER, 5782. And in the Jewish tradition, when one reaches a moment of significance, one says a blessing. Whether it's reaching a holy time in the Jewish year, Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, Rosh Hashanah, Hanukkah, etc., or also when arriving at a personal moment of importance. We Jews recite words of appreciation, words of recognition. So we begin this sermon in song with just those words. Blessed are you, sovereign of all being, who has brought us from one miracle to the next to somehow see this moment.
Baruch atah Adonai
you should have a handout of text that someone gave you when you came in today. And on it are several blessings. And blessings really is the topic of this sermon in song. You just heard the blessing of arrival, the blessing of appreciation. And the poet, the modern Israeli poet, Leah Goldberg, asks about this thing called blessings. She says, "Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf." Leah Goldberg asks us to ponder a single leaf, and not a beautiful leaf in spring, a withered one. And she asks us to really see it, to appreciate it and what's behind it, so as to consider the phenomenon of life, the beauty and wonder of all creation in its ebb and its flow, and to learn to use that appreciation to live our lives most fully. Teach my lips, she asks, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night, O God, you renew your days. Why cultivate that kind of radical awareness? Here's her plea to all of us. Lest our days be as the one before, lest routine set our ways. So why this effort to see life more clearly? So as to try not to take it for granted, to try to help us with the inevitable dullness, complacency we invariably feel at moments of our lives. That is part of being human too. Rather than waiting until a miraculous moment, or a moment of tragic loss of a loved one, or a dire illness, or a moment of arrival of a graduation, a reunion, a marriage, an anniversary, the birth of a child. But in each moment, could we strive to pay attention now, she asks? Could we take in our lives with a keener eye toward the whole of existence? Could we try harder to savor the gifts we have been given? To gain a bit of perspective even with the challenges and difficulties we face? To use one leaf, one piece of sky, one kind word, to go beyond ourselves and really see one another, the earth around us, this magnificent sanctuary, the leaf, the people we love, to really see ourselves and this life with a deeper awareness, to wake up and see more fully, and to express this waking up with sacred words and actions. Lamdeni Elohai, teach me, my God, this blessing, this gift of awareness. blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, unripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew our days. Let my days be as the one before, less routine, set my ways. Lamdeni Elohai, Molech Breit Panei, Lamed et Siftotai, Bracha v'Shira Alei, Lamdeni Elohai, Molech Breit Panei, Lamed Siftotai, Bracha v'Shira It's an incredible gift to sing with you and all of you. A story is told in Masechet Brachot in the Talmud that when Rabbi Ami had finished his teaching in the Beit Midrash, the house of study, his students, rabbis from all over the land, scholars, and ordinary folks who had the privilege of studying with this Rav, who came from near and far, they offered a blessing to their teacher and to one another each time the lesson was over. Olamcha tir'eh b'chayecha, they said, translated as, may you live to see your world fulfilled. V'yacharitcha l'chayei ha'olam haba, may your destiny be for worlds still to come. V'tikvatcha l'dor dorim, may you trust in generations past and yet to be. What a gesture to take a moment at the end of study to express appreciation of learning for one's teacher, for one's fellow students, by bestowing a blessing. Now, our poet Leah Goldberg would say to us that taking such an opportunity to find the wherewithal to express gratitude, simple gratitude, to acknowledge this gift of study, and to say words of appreciation out loud would be an aspiration for all of us to strive for. So here are these loving words of these students, these rabbis, expressed long ago from the Talmud. The English translation, as you'll see on your sheet, is written by my teacher and teacher of many of us, Rabbi Lawrence Kushner. May we all live to see our world fulfilled. Our fourth and final blessing is for a Kihila Kedosha, a sacred community. I like to call it the blessing of showing up. As Rabbi Hillel in Pirkei Avot teaches, Al tifros min hasibur. Do not separate yourself from the community. For any community to thrive, each individual within it shows up in whatever way they can and contributes, each giving of their time, their resources, some working behind the scenes to keep the lights on, to keep the place going, some who lead, some who welcome guests, others who invite in the stranger and the poor. Each of us who says, I am here, I am showing up, I am pitching my tent in this place to be part of this enterprise, this Kihila Kedosha, this holy congregation. It is here that I pray. It is here that I learn. It is here that I sing. It is here that I remember the ones I love. It is here that I check in and greet my friends, my fellow congregation, day after day, Shabbat after Shabbat, holiday after holiday, year after year. My life is intertwined with this place. My presence contributes to keeping this community alive. I dedicate this final blessing to you, this holy congregation, to all of you who say, whether on the screen or in person, I am here. On a personal note, I am here today and this weekend because of my friend and colleague, Cantor David Rosen, who made this weekend come to be. I am here because of your graciousness, your hospitality, your perseverance, your devotion to Jewish music, and your devotion to this congregation. I am also here for the generosity of Iris Spitz, who has taken care of me. I feel like a queen. For your generosity, your organization, your support of this enterprise, Iris, I thank you so very much. And I am here because of the temple singers and the temple choir. A lot of music was learned for last night and today, and it was a blessing to hear it and to sing with you. Amazing. And I am here because of Jason and all the work he has done and all the support and beauty and musicality and improvisation and all the changes we made along the way. Thank you. I would love to keep making music with you for a long time to come. And for Jono and for Paul, thank you. And thank you to these rabbis, to Rabbi Splansky, to Rabbi Goodman, to Rabbi Tepper, thank you. Thank you for your hospitality, for your leadership, and I also want to thank you, Edgar, for all the sound engineering to make this complicated collaboration actually work here and online. And you were running around like nobody's business this morning and last night. Thank you. From all of us, thank you. And so to all of you, a joy to be in this congregation. This congregation, this is my first time here, and I've heard of you and know of you, as we all do in the Reform movement and the larger Jewish community in the United States and Canada. What an honor to stand here and be a part of your community this Shabbat. So to all of you, a blessing. May the work of your hands May the work of your hearts, the generosity of your time, your effort, the beauty of your voices, and your very presence continue to be a blessing to one another, to the world, the creator of all life. And as one of my teachers sits right in front of me, Cantor Meisner, to you, for all that you have built in this community and passed on and given to so many cantors, including myself, a blessing to you. Mi sheberach avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed our fathers and mothers bless all of us, this sacred congregation. thank you all. And also to a colleague, a blessed colleague who was in my notes to thank and recognize. Cantoria soloist Lindy Rivers, thank you for all you do, and to watch you coordinate the Torah service was a beautiful thing to behold.